Hey guys, welcome back to Inside the Storm. This is your weekly show on everything Newport Storm FC. I'm your host Zane, and today we've got a wonderful show lined up for you. We're going to be hitting all the major talking points from the Storm's huge 3-2 win against Meadow Park, as well as previewing the next game against Keilor Wolves. Let's get straight into it. Match week 14 saw the squad take on Meadow Park in a massive home game, both teams sitting near the bottom of the table. So really just a 6-point game. By all accounts, one of the games that if you win can really push you out of a danger zone, and losing it can almost act as a damning indictment for the rest of the season. And so really a lot of big stakes on this game. You say that, every game that you play, the next one is always the biggest, but that really felt like a momentous game from all accounts. And definitely you saw that in the response to the game, in the management of the game. Obviously, Nick coming in TD to fill in the senior coach role meant that there was a lot of extra expectation on that game and importance for the squad as building new momentum with a change and building positive momentum, some progression, but also a new group of ideas and a new concept on how to play and formations, etc., and personnel. And so it was really positive to be able to get that result, and really a brilliant game for the neutral, end to end at points and extremely tight. And just moments of individual quality winning it. You saw Bruno and Eunice really excelling in playing in those pockets and in those positions, and having brilliant games, both of them. Eunice to get the winner after an unlucky goal going into the second half. And obviously finished that game 3-2. A lot of chances both ways, some really good defending, brilliant attacking play, and it was just really positive for the Storm to be able to get that win and start building some momentum with a new change, with the players getting some self-belief that really they can be competitive with teams and win games when they need to and be clutch and have individual top performances. And so really positive stuff for them to get their win. Have a listen to a couple of players' thoughts on the game.
Yeah, obviously it was a hard game. We've come from a couple draws, a couple losses, but today I think we really showed a lot of heart, and as a result I got 2 goals, which I'm really happy about. But most importantly, it got the team ahead. We carried that momentum and we just kept on going. They came back, but we showed resilience and we scored a third, and from there it was just game management. And the boys really worked hard, so the result went our way.
Very happy now that it's over. Relieved that we got the win, because the boys worked extremely hard. James killed himself in the first half, put in a shift after he pulled his hamstring, and that's why I had to jump in as a center back in the second half. Overall really proud of the boys. Bruno really stepped up and scored 2 great goals, took them really well and had a good performance. And Eunice getting the winner as well. It was a big performance from those boys, but across the park it was an excellent performance.
Look, I've been away for a bit. I think we had a great team effort. It was obviously going to be a scrappy game. I think the conditions didn't help either team, ended up being direct, but I think we fought hard. We fought for every ball, gambled. We scored a couple goals, and I think it was a great win.
Moving on to this week, a huge game for the Storm, a really difficult game as they take on Keilor Wolves in a huge clash away from home. Definitely an extremely difficult game. One of the games that, going into it, you expect to be extremely difficult, and definitely a place that, a strong position for the squad to get a draw or stay in it and potentially snatch a win. But definitely a really competitive game. We saw that when we played them at home, a really close game. Since then, they've had a brilliant season, currently sitting in second place, I think 1 point behind first place. So definitely one of the games where the squad is expecting a real tough challenge, and I think that just excites everyone, that opportunity to have a Friday night game and make amends for the game against Mooney Valley. I think that was a really poor showing of exactly what the squad can do and how competitive they can be, and it wasn't a very competitive game, and I think this is the opportunity to put that right. Go out there, deliver a top performance, be smart, be competitive, stay in the game, and then go out there and get a win, get a draw, get a result away from home against the top side, and really start to build that momentum and kind of re-announce the squad for the second half of the season, moving up the table, getting away from the bottom in the relegation zone, and really cementing as an upper table side, whether that be top 4, top 6, etc. but just really, really positive atmosphere, and definitely a lot of respect between the two teams on the personnel side and on the management side. So really an exciting game, and exactly the type of game I think probably one of the biggest games we've had this season, playing a top team away from home. It's always a huge opportunity to get a win, surprise, especially when there's elements of perhaps underestimation or suspected weakness. And I think Keilor will definitely go into that game with a lot of confidence about them, as they should. But that obviously always leaves the door for a team that has been doing less successfully, who's had less success in the season, to potentially get a win or get a result surprising people. And I think definitely that kind of underdog narrative is really beneficial, and can fit the club. It can fit the club for this game really, really well, and can serve the performance really well, because the games have been extremely competitive, and I think perhaps that wouldn't be the case if you just looked solely at the table and not at the games and the performances. And so I think a real big opportunity here for the squad to go away to Keilor, have a huge game, play at the Den on a Friday night. So definitely, there'll be a huge atmosphere, a little bit of intimidation, and Keilor will definitely go into that expecting to win and expecting to dominate. And I think the Storm can play into that narrative really, really well, and be frustrating, be intelligent, be compact, and ultimately frustrate and get a result for themselves. And a result here, I mean, a win would be incredible, but even a draw would be really, really positive for the team and moving forward and establishing safety first, and kind of guaranteeing not being relegated, and then moving into more positives and moving up the table, and securing success, and a really, really good foundation for next season, which I think ultimately comes to the goal at the second halfway, the halfway point of the season. If winning isn't in sight, then it becomes about stabilizing and being a really strong foundation for the following season, and building those bases that can be built up on in the following season with additional recruitment opportunities, etc. It's a really definitely an exciting game, a huge game, and one that I think the entire squad is excited to play, and definitely make things right after Mooney Valley, because I think on most accounts the squad was not happy with the performance they put in against Mooney Valley, and the capitulation almost. And I think that game ending 5-0 was definitely not a good look for the squad. And so, making things right by playing another top team at home who's going for the league, and maybe potentially being able to frustrate them would be a real positive, and I think definitely a lot of motivation for the Storm going into this game. On the junior end, obviously no games last week for the halfway season bye, but this week all the junior games are back, so Sunday is going to be absolutely packed with the reserve, a lot of home games. We've been really lucky to see on media all the spotlights on the different teams, and it's been fantastic to see all the coaches doing so well, and really, really exciting to see that group of juniors developing so well, 12s, 13s, who ultimately will go into being, senior players in later years, and hopefully senior players at the club. If you're able to keep that talent, it's a huge accomplishment for the club to keep that level of talent that's coming through, and continuously developing from 7s up. So definitely really, really exciting on the junior front. If you can come down on a Sunday, help out, volunteer, it'd be fantastic. There's always opportunities and roles at the club for helping out. Whatever your expertise is, that volunteering work is really, really supported, and it's a huge part of why the club is able to run as well as it does, because of all that volunteer support that kind of goes behind the scenes and under the radar. But obviously that's every Sunday from now on. And if you can come be a part of it, definitely be a part of it. It's a great environment. On Friday, the seniors could really, really use your support. Reserves kick off at 6:30 and seniors at 8:30 at Keilor Plains. So a huge game on all accounts. If you can come down, support, check it out. If not, catch the live stream or catch the highlights the next day. Anyways, I've been your host, Zane. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next week. Take care. Bye.